I'm Sir Stephen Timms, MP for East Ham since 1994, and Paul was for me a long-standing and highly valued friend and supporter. I'm very sorry I cannot be present today because of the clash with the state opening of Parliament. I want to express my deepest condolences to Paul's brothers and other family members and to his many friends who, like me, are mourning Paul's loss. Paul came to the UK as a refugee from Sri Lanka in 1985. He joined the Tamil Church, which had been founded by my friend Jonathan Eden. In 1978, when Jonathan founded that church in the front room of his home in Colchester Avenue in Manor Park, I was renting a room in that house, renting a room from Jonathan. I think I first met Paul when Jonathan invited me to speak at the church in its longer term premises on one occasion. Paul joined the Labour Party, became an active member. We held a few meetings of a local branch of what was then called the Christian Socialist Movement, now renamed Christians on the Left. We held them in my home near Plashet Park, and Paul came along. He was elected to the council in 1998. He became a senior councillor. He was Deputy Civic Ambassador 1 year. He served on the council for 5 terms until 2018. Having been a refugee was very important to Paul's identity. He knew what it meant to flee with almost nothing. He was proud to lend the few possessions he came to the UK with to the Museum of London for their exhibition a few years ago about the refugee experience. He enjoyed talking about that experience. Not surprisingly, he was always deeply sympathetic to others arriving in London in the same way that he did. He was very appreciative of Newham, of the welcome he received and the home that he found here. He was proud of the borough. Even after his year as Deputy Civic Ambassador was long over, in fact, his term on the council was over. He was very happy to preside at citizenship ceremonies at East Ham Town Hall to make it crystal clear to new citizens in our borough how welcome they are. He was proud of Newham and proud of being Tamil as well. Year after year he organised the Pongal celebration in a rather narrow space on High Street North, opposite the old temple where a group of us gathered last Friday afternoon to pay tribute to him. And every time I met him, he told me what the latest number of Tamil-owned businesses in our high street was. I think 114 was the number he last told me. He was rightly proud that people in the Tamil diaspora all over Europe looked to East Ham as their European home and came here to set up a business and to prosper in many cases. Paul was a kind and generous man. He was an enthusiastic political campaigner. On general election day, he used to go round East Ham with a car and an enormous Labour poster strapped onto the side of it. We missed that enthusiasm in our election campaign a couple of weeks ago. He was a pioneer. He blazed a trail in politics as someone who arrived in the country in such distressing circumstances, fleeing for his life. And as a proud and long-term resident of our community, he contributed an enormous amount. We're going to miss him no end.